Here's a Perkins 4236. This one's out of a Massey Ferguson header. I was hoping to have this a replacement for the engine of my forklift because it had some major dramas. But we looked at this one beforehand. It had been in the shed for about the last 20 years and it was stuck when we looked at it, but I was unsure on how bad it would actually be. Sometimes engines have sat around for a fair while, they just need a little bit of a nudge and they'll get going. But when I started to look at this one closer, I pulled the starter motor off, and often you can work on the ring gear and get them to move a bit, but this one wouldn't. It was definitely stuck, and when I pulled an injector out, well, it came out in a couple of pieces and you can see the corrosion on that. So moisture had definitely got into the engine, and it got into this bore really bad. It was all pitted with rust and whatnot, so it obviously wasn't going to be a runner, but even if we were to pull it apart or something, it was still stuck, so we wanted to do something about that. So what did I end up doing? So I got a couple of bits of steel that just sit in nicely on top of the piston, push all to the outside, and then I made up a little, got some heavy little bar, and I just put over the top, put some spacers underneath, and then just put the washers and nuts on, did that down and tightened up and went down a little bit. And then this next bore here was pretty bad too, so then I'd come back to the other one and I'd just work backwards and forwards until I got it unstuck, or got it moving anyway. Then with a lot more lubrication and moving around, finally have it where I can just turn the fan and we are up and down. The actual pitting in the bore, if I can get the light in the right position, you can sort of see the pitting in the bores down there, so she is pretty sad. It'll be up for a rebuild, I'd say, but unfortunately this one is slightly different on the front end. The timing cover is slightly different to ours out of the forklift, so we might build an engine out of the combination of the two yet, or find another engine yet again. But yeah, just in case that helps someone with an idea of getting the engine unstuck, they have to with this little tool. Yeah, I did soak the bores with kerosene on and off for a couple of days before I tried to move it, once I realised it was pretty stuck. And then I just move it a little bit and soak it for a bit longer. But yeah, if that's helpful for anyone.